Hi, I'm Bob with Wolfe Ridge. Guys, today I'm going to take you on a tour of the Japa 395 firewood processor. The one behind me was built with a Honda IGX 800 gas engine package. We are running the 471 rack next to it, and this is actually a complete used trade-in package that's available for sale right now. I want to show you guys some of the wood that we get here. The last couple deliveries we got, really, there wasn't a ton of good stuff in it as far as I'm concerned. This is oak over here, and a lot of this stuff will fit through that 395. But one thing is very true with this firewood processor, with any firewood processor as far as I'm concerned: garbage in, garbage out. So this, for example, this is going to cut and split, but it's not going to make nice looking firewood. And that's just the nature of it. If you have access to nice logs, the straighter the better. For a firewood processor, that's what you want to be feeding this thing. You want to be feeding it the straightest possible stuff that you can. And I know that that's not possible in every market. Usually around here we can get pulpwood, and that stuff is usually pencil straight. But like this stuff right here, you know, this is going to be more challenging. And whether it's one of our processors or any processor, you're not going to get a really nice end product out of stuff like this. Well, let's go back to the processor now. Nick's running the 471 two-chain log rack on here, and you can see that we have these fingers here, not fingers, but these stars here. They flip the log into the hourglass rollers. I'm going to try to talk over this engine here. It's not super loud, but it is a Honda IGX 800 V-twin, EFI electronic governor. This one comes with two 6-gallon gas tanks, 12-volt battery. You can see the sawdust coming out back here. Get an eye at the split chamber here. Like I said, we're running a 6-way knife in this one right now. Got a hydraulic log stop. So Nick pushes it up against that paddle, runs the saw down, comes down here, pulls the trigger for the splitter. There you have it. This has got a almost 14-foot powered out feed conveyor on it, 13.8. They call it a 4.2 meter. So you do the conversion. Come back around the front side here. Got another nice one coming in. Now this has an overhead idle feed roller. So he just used a lever to pull that feed roller up. Cut and split. So I'll go over the motions here while he's running this thing. So basically, he's got the one joystick control. Down here is the chainsaw, up here is the splitter, and then we can manually run the splitter, and then this blue button is for that drop-down table. So right now we're not using the table, he's just kind of firing them in there. And then this one would move that clamp up and down. Now we have the joystick for here also. There's a bolt sitting here right now. But basically this is going to run the chains forward and back on that deck. And I'll show you here. I'm just going to run these back. I'm going to try and get that one past that finger on the far side there. I don't know if you can see it. And then if I can get past that, now I can back up and I can basically separate the other stuff that's up there. And that is actually working out really well. Now we have the next log completely separated from that pile right there. And this machine's got the outputs right here, so that's how we're powering it. That's built into the machine, and the hourglass rollers on here are then synchronized with the belt, which is synchronized with the joystick here. So when I feed this in, I'm going to do that, and I'll use my thumb to pick up that roller. And there we go. Then we have knife height adjustment as well. So we can raise and lower that splitting wedge however we want. And then here is our outfeed conveyor control. And I'll turn this thing up. Right now, we can go a little bit more with this. And watch how far it shoots that firewood then. Pretty good distance. So we'll see what this, how this shoots the firewood now. There's a nice knot on that one. We're getting some pretty good distance on that firewood pile now. There's a big one. That's a nice piece, got little mushrooms on it. Perfect for boiler wood. You see that paddle that he hit right now? There we go. I'm going to slow that conveyor back down a little bit. Just turn this knob here. Let's see, And then one other nice thing we've got with this conveyor, on the 405s it's powered, but on this 395 we still have a mechanical slew here. So I can push down on that with my foot and I can slew this conveyor to the next position. I can do it one more time. Whoops, a little slippery. There we go. So we can really make a nice pile. And if you were running like IBC totes, you could have, you know, 2 IBC totes sitting there and 2 sitting here. And between changing your slew angle and changing your speed control, you'd be able to shoot that stuff into whichever bin that you're trying to get to. Idle it down a little bit here. So we have the controls here and we also have it here. So as I'm holding this, you can see the RPM going down. This is actually the same key switch, throttle control, and engine controller that we use here at Wolfe Ridge on like the 17 VSC, for example. But this is running the IGX 800. This customer traded the 395 in on a 405, and with the 405, you get perfect split and you get perfect clean. And he had a diesel option on that. Now the 395 is still a current model. This machine was manufactured in 2021, and it lived its life under a covered shed, basically, up in Michigan. And you can see we've got the engine idling right now. Nick's gonna throttle it back up. We've got hydraulic oil filters here, canister style, sight glass, thermometer. I'm gonna take the control again here, and I'm going to cut the last logs here. We have on the infeed etched in, 8 is basically 80 centimeters or 32 inches. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back that up to about, because we got this set about 16 inches, don't we? No, 18. 18. We're set to 18, okay. Well, what I'm gonna do is split this up. So I wanna do almost 16 inches. So, and I'm gonna reactivate the shelf. So the shelf is floating up, and I'll cut. Then when I push up, the shelf goes down. Start the split cycle. Okay, we got one more to cut here. I'll push up, shelf drops. Now this is what's really cool. So the shelf is in the up position right now. I press the blue button, got to give it a good hard press. That locks the solenoid for the shelf. So I'll run the infeed stick in. That puts that wood right on the shelf. Push blue button again. Then I will just push up here. Control drop into the split chamber, pull the splitter. We're done. So it got cold quick here in Wisconsin. It's like 10 degrees back here in the wood yard. So we just wanted to run a few logs through this thing. We didn't even get it warmed up all the way. It'll cruise a little bit quicker once we have it warmed up. And also I want to point out that the saw come down pressure is adjustable. So as it warms up, you might notice that you heard the engine bog a little bit more. We could let up on that saw a little bit to have a more controlled cut and then not dog the engine as much. Wasn't hurting anything, but if you heard it in the video, that's what's going on. Hey, some people might like this. This is boiler wood. This stuff is, yeah, not a fan. So garbage in, garbage out. We're putting in some oak, some stuff that's got mushrooms on it, some stuff that's really not straight, got a lot of knots on it. And like I said, we were just running things through the 6-way traditional on this one. This machine has a 4-way traditional knife for it as well, the 6-way, and then there is an 8-way option available for it as well. The 395 will do a maximum diameter of 16 inch, and the maximum cut length is just over 20 inches. So right now we were setting her to about 18 inch to do some boiler wood, and we're just gonna make a mountain out of all of the logs that we got here, turn that into boiler wood and get it out of here. So as I said earlier, this is a current model. The 395 is still in production, and the new 395 still perform just as well as this one does, and they're available in tractor PTO form or gas engine or 3-phase. We order those as TRE so they can run off of tractor PTO or 3-phase electric. At the time of this video, early December 2025, this machine is available. It is used. It's a great deal. It's a few years old, but it's only got 340 hours on it right now. And we can ship this thing anywhere in the US, guys. I will put the link in the comments section for the ad that we have placed on Lumberman Online. If you'd like more information on any of the product offerings at Wolfe Ridge, please check out our website, www.wolferidgemfg.com. There you can find all of our pricing, tech specs, event schedule, dealer locator, maintenance videos, and much more. I want to thank you guys for watching. As always, thank you for the support. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on what's next at Wolfe Ridge.